Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa. This channel used to be called Tarot by Melissa, so if you've been looking for me under that name, then you are in the right place. Today's reading is going to be looking into what's next in love as we head into the upcoming month of May. So this will kind of be like your outlook for love and romance as we navigate through the upcoming month ahead. Remember that this is a general collective reading on YouTube, so messages may not resonate specifically with every single viewer out there. If anything ever feels confusing or feels like it doesn't really fit with your personal situation, those are typically signs that the message is not for you. So just release it, let it go, accept that that message was for someone else out there in the collective. And if you did want to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and take a look at our choice of readings. So today we have 3 different groups to pick between. If you're drawn to group 1, we will be working with the Warrior Archetype card. Group 2 will be the Shadow Archetype card. And group 3 will be the Vow Archetype card. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Thinking about your love life in the upcoming month of May. Select the card that you feel the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey, group number 1, if you guys were drawn to the Warrior card, this will be your message. So we are looking into what is next in love for May. So let's go ahead and start off by looking at the overall energies for you. So we do have the Warrior Archetype card here first. We also have the energy of finances and career. And we have the energy of release your ex. Okay, group 1. So just kind of getting into the initial energies, these are kind of representing the core themes that will be ever present throughout the month of May as it pertains to your approach to love. So it definitely feels with this warrior energy that I feel like a lot of you kind of have your guard up as it pertains to love. I think that a lot of you guys have been through a lot leading up into this month. And I think especially with releasing your ex and really being focused on clearing out either the energies of the past, like an ex or a previous relationship, or just clearing out negative energy in particular in your love life. Like these are the things that are really significant this month. You guys could be more focused on career as well, or maybe there's an energy of you attracting romance or dating someone that you work with. That could be significant. We're going to get to that as we look a little deeper in a moment here. But the warrior is a really beautiful archetype because this card really does talk about intentionality behind every move that you make and really needing to be controlled, measured, and decisive about the moves that you are making. And in this case, this is how this pertains to your love life, right? So I do feel like if you guys are single, I think there's an energy of dating with intention, being more clear and decisive about the moves that you're making. And I think that there could even be an element of you guys like doing a cord cutting ceremony or like one of those burning ceremonies where like you write things on a piece of paper and then burn them in the fire pit to sort of release the energy that is no longer serving you in your highest good. So really, really big emphasis this month, you guys, on releasing the past, releasing energies that no longer serve you, and moving forward with decisive action. For some of you guys, you could literally be deciding to break up with someone this month. So let's see. Group number 1. So what's happening in love this month, please, Spirit? Tell us what's going on with group 1. The Page of Swords. The 8 of Pentacles. The Chariot. The Empress. Interesting. Okay. So what is happening, group 1, this month? I definitely feel starting off at the beginning of the month, there is more of an emphasis on like career energy. With the Page of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles, I think that you guys are just really kind of focused on yourself and focused on the work that you're doing. Maybe even really like pouring a lot of your time and effort and energy into nurturing something that's really important to you within your career. We do have the Page of Swords here, so communication could be significant as well as it pertains to career. I do feel like for some of you, there could be someone that you're interested in at work for a select few. But mostly I kind of see this as a redirection of your energy and focus and your curiosity into your career endeavors, at least within the first couple of weeks of the month of May. I think kind of toward the middle of the month is where I start to see things shifting in terms of this warrior energy coming into play, right? Because I think there is an element of guardedness and maybe just like not really focusing on love and relationships at all toward the beginning of the month. But then here in the middle, we're shifting from this 8 of Pentacles energy into this Chariot energy where we're moving forward and moving toward this Empress. Okay, so I think this is where that intention is being set around your love life. For those of you that might be single, you could be focusing this month with the Chariot on getting really clear about what it is that you want in a romantic partner, getting really clear about your standards and your values, and starting to be more intentional about the way that you're navigating going about dating. And even for those of you that are recently out of a breakup or who are breaking up with someone this month with releasing your ex, the same message really applies here, because this is all about getting clear and moving away from the things that no longer serve us, but moving toward the things that align with our values. And with the Empress being here represented by the sign of Taurus, I do think that your values are something really important to you this month, and your values are something that you are getting clarity on this month in your love life. A lot of you guys, I think, are focusing in on self-love, self-care, putting yourself and your own needs first. For others of you, you could be moving toward this Empress energy as like a new person. But I really feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like there's more of this energy of letting something go. I see with this Empress a real emphasis on relaxing into your divine feminine energy. Really just focusing on centering yourself, protecting your energy, taking care of yourself. If you're a mother, taking care of your children, or a father, you're taking care of your children, but mostly moving away from that which no longer serves you in love. Okay, so let's kind of keep going and get some more tea. I just dropped a bunch of cards on the floor here, so sorry about that, guys. All right. Let's go ahead and continue group 1. What's next in love, please, Spirit? In the month of May for group number 1. What else do they need to know? As I'm parting the deck, we do have work energy. So work is definitely a focus. And here's the thing, guys, like I'm asking what's next in love, but sometimes Spirit is highlighting other things for a reason. You know, it just kind of feels, as I'm looking at the initial energies in your spread, that love and like being with someone isn't really a huge focus right now. it feels more like we're letting go of something this month and getting back to center within ourselves, focusing on our own priorities in career and finances. So we do have true love flying out of the deck because I think you guys want an honest connection. You want a true love. And this just kind of feels like the work that's being done on ourselves before we call in that special person. Okay. So what else, Spirit, for group one in love? We have home, property, real estate, residence. So some of you guys could be moving or focusing on, again, your responsibilities, your home life. It almost, he's like kind of gardening here. Maybe there's something around you taking care of your house, your property, being out in the garden, being out in nature this month. Let's see. Career, yeah, success, advancement. With this Chariot energy here, some of you guys could be like putting a lot of hard work into something that is leading you onto the path of success. And I see with this Chariot energy, you guys are just very driven and motivated to succeed. This could even have to do with something creative that you guys are working on at work. This could be like your day job. This could be like a side hustle, a hobby. But the Empress is like giving birth to a creative idea. And I love how in this Empress, like she's pregnant, but she hasn't actually given birth yet, which is making me feel like for some of you, this is something that you've had an idea about for a while that's been like gestating. You've been cultivating it inside, and we're getting ready to go live with it in May. Okay, let's see what else. We also do have the energy of friendship. Friends, acquaintances, and networking. And then we do have the Ice King here at the bottom of the deck. So to be honest with you guys, I'm not really seeing that this is like a month where you're dating a lot or welcoming in a special partner. It seems like more of a focus on your career, your home life, and maybe even making friends as well, or connecting with your friendships here, especially if some of you guys have gone through a breakup or are going through a breakup leading up into this month of May. I think a big part of like getting through that is through making friends and hanging out with your friends and loved ones. Okay, let's see what else. Group one. We have life purpose. Yep. It's so clear you guys are just like focus on other bigger picture matters. And that's not to say that love is not important, right? Because I think that all of this coming up in your love life, it plays into love, right? It's just kind of saying that right now, this month, your purpose, you're focused more on the big picture, right? You're focused on your values. You're focused on investing in your career, your self-care, your friendships, your life, and cultivating the type of life that you are genuinely wanting to live and lead. So that way the right partner with this warrior energy can come in and fit into that. Okay. What else? We do also have dating coming through as well. Okay. So that's kind of interesting. With reparenting yourself at the bottom of the deck. I love this card, you guys. This is all about like inner child stuff. And so for a lot of you guys, I feel like through like dating coming up, it doesn't feel like a huge focus. Like I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's here. It's here toward the end of the month though. And I almost feel like for some of you guys, this is more about like getting to know new friends than it is about like romantic partners. But for some of you, there could be an energy of dating toward the ending of the month of May coming in for you as you're releasing the old and setting intentions for the new. But reparenting yourself is a really special energy because this is all about becoming aware of our inner child needs, our inner child wounds, and maybe awakening to certain things that trigger us and really understanding why those things trigger us and how we can learn to reparent ourselves in the moment. Meaning like when you were a child, there was something that you learned or that you experienced that caused like trauma or that caused, you know, a certain type of issue or way of existing that hasn't been healthy for you. And so as an adult, we're learning how to take care of ourselves in the way that we actually needed when we were a kid, right? So there could be an element of you guys working through some of that stuff as well in the month of May, maybe in therapy or just becoming more aware of those things in general. So Let's close out with oh wait, we're not going to close out yet. Just kidding, guys. I still have one more deck here. So let's just pull a few of these. And then we'll close out with some self-care energies and advice for you. So group 1, what other info can you tell us, Spirit, about this month of May in love? We do have romance, wine and dine. So again, I feel like there's somebody at work. I feel like there's somebody at work that's interested in you. Let's see. Or someone that you guys meet online, maybe with the Page of Swords. But it just kind of feels like you're minding your own business when this person comes along. We do have overthinking, mental prison, triggered, sleepless nights. So this is, again, like where that reparenting ourselves energy comes in. There's something about this situation that does make you guys kind of overthink a little bit, or maybe that triggers you, that you're coming into the awareness of this month. One more, please, Spirit. We also have leaving, moving forward, leaving behind what doesn't serve you. Yeah. Some of you guys could even be doing like a vacation or something like that to get away. The Chariot can also talk about travel. And you guys do have contemplation, heavy thinking, and big decisions. So there could be some other, I just feel like this month's focus is a lot more big picture than just love and romance for this group, group 1. So yeah, I do see some little indications of flirtation, maybe something online, something in the chat, something like that, Instagram, someone at work, I think potentially for someone out there. But overall, it just feels to be more of a focus on your mental health, your inner child stuff, your home life, your career, and just overall moving away from things that no longer serve you in your highest good. So now, group 1, I want to close it out by getting you a self-care message and then an advice card. So for group number 1, what self-care energy should group 1 be focusing on this month? We have be still. Okay. So that's kind of interesting because I feel like you guys have a lot of movement going on in your week or in your month ahead. So be still, I think when you guys are feeling triggered or when you're dating and things are coming up for you, it is going to be important for you to kind of feel what you're feeling so that you're able to fully process it. I think also this is just talking about that self-care energy with the Empress, sitting with yourself and really attuning to your body and what you need this month. You don't have to rush the process when it comes to love. You don't even have to rush the process when it comes to this career stuff that you guys are really focused on either. Spirit is really saying being able to sit with yourself is going to provide more answers to you than rushing and running around. Because I do kind of feel you guys distracting yourselves a lot with work and other things. Let's see. Group 1. Closing messages for group 1, please, Spirit. We have why. I accept that everything happens for a reason, even if I do not like or understand the outcome. And then we do have this rejection is for my divine protection. So yeah, definitely an energy of maybe feeling sad or disappointed that something didn't work out the way that we wanted to, group 1. And this message is really about just accepting it for what is. And I think in time you will see kind of the bigger purpose or reason why if you don't already, you'll see it in time as to why the situation did not work out. And of course, like, it sounds cliche, but I think a lot of it just has to do with like whatever situation you're letting go of, it just wasn't in alignment with your life purpose, right? With this card coming up, if you guys are going through a breakup or releasing someone from the past or releasing a behavior from the past that no longer serves you, like, the rejection is for your protection, but it is also for redirection, right? Because whoever that person is, they're not aligned with where you're going, where you're supposed to be going in your life, bigger picture, okay? So this is what I'm seeing for you, Group 1, for your love life in the month of May. Let me know what's happening with you in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey, Group 2, and welcome to your love reading for the month of May. So let's jump in and take a look at what is happening for you guys with regard to love and romance this month. Starting with your overall energies, these are going to kind of represent the core themes that you guys are moving through this month, okay? So you guys selected the shadow archetype. We also do have the energy of deception. And then we also have the energy of flirting. So that's fun. Okay. All right. So overall energy is Group 2. So the shadow archetype is kind of interesting because this energy sort of refers to the aspects of ourselves that we usually want to deny, the aspects of ourselves that we don't necessarily want to face, our shadow side, our dark side, right? I don't know if anyone likes Star Wars, the dark side, right? Not saying anyone's like that, but just a metaphor. There's a shadow side of yourself that is being uncovered this month or explored this month. And this deception energy coming up here, this says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So I think that there's something around the fear of being seen or the fear of being vulnerable. And especially with this flirt energy, it's a more lighthearted energy, which makes me feel like for some of you, maybe there is this fear of letting things get too deep, or this fear of letting things get too deep because we're afraid of being seen, or there's some sort of a front, some sort of a mask that we're wearing to hide some aspect of of ourselves that we are feeling shame over. Could also be like kind of, if you guys are in a relationship or dating someone, there could even be like a darker side of this connection that's coming into light this month. Let's see. Spirit for Group 2. What's next in love, please? We're looking into the month of May. We have the Ace of Cups. Oh, wow. The Eight of Swords. The Seven of Cups. And the Sun. We also have the energy of the Magician at the bottom of the deck. And that's just such an interesting energy, you guys, because to me, what I'm picking up on with the cards and your oracle cards and your tarot cards is like this fear of being seen or wearing some sort of a mask. But the thing is like this month with the Magician, I think that you are transforming and transmuting this energy through facing the shadow aspects of yourself. Do you see these beautiful butterflies surrounding her? This indicates a change that you're manifesting as it pertains to the way you show up in love. Okay, so what is happening in love this month, Group number 2? We're starting off with the Ace of Cups. So there is some opportunity that you're starting off the month of May with, an opportunity for love. There could be somebody here that you have feelings for, or somebody that has caught your romantic attention with this Ace of Cups. And this is showing me the potential for things to grow into something more. But then we come into this Eight of Swords energy, which talks about self-limiting beliefs, lack of confidence, fears kind of blocking us from being able to show up and manifest what we desire. So even though this opportunity is here for you for the taking, I think that you guys are wearing a mask. I think that there is an energy of not seeing yourself clearly and fears potentially getting in the way of you being able to call this in on a deeper level. Okay. You guys also have the Nine of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of overthinking things. There's a lot of worry here. Maybe for some of you guys, there's an energy of like, you like someone, but you wear a mask because maybe you're taken, or I don't know why I get that, but for some of you, I feel like that's the case that's watching this. Like maybe you guys have feelings for someone or recognize this beautiful opportunity for love, but it's awkward because like you shouldn't be interested in that person due to your status. But for a majority of my group 2 viewers, there's kind of like this fear that's blocking. And I think what tends to happen with you guys is maybe instead of facing the fear head on or working to kind of see yourselves more clearly and being more empowered, we scatter our energy to others. Like there's this beautiful cup of love. There's this beautiful option that's here in front of you for love. But because we are afraid, or we think that it's out of reach, or we feel like, oh, that person's not going to like me like that, we start to scatter our energy to other people. We flirt. We seek out other options. Maybe this person, this opportunity isn't showing up for us in the way that we want, which is making us feel disempowered. And so we start to scatter our energy and seek out other options instead of getting deep with this person to tell them how we feel, right? These are just some scenarios that are coming to mind as I'm looking at these energies. But the beautiful thing about your ending of the month of May, group 2, is that with the sun energy being here, I think that things are becoming a lot more clear around the shadow element that we are uncovering in love this month. And the sun also talks about joy and happiness and positive optimism as well. So I do see you guys ending the month feeling good, feeling better, but it definitely seems like there is some shadow work that you are moving through in your love life, okay? So let's continue group 2. What else, Spirit, is happening in love for my group 2 viewers this month? We have Beauty Queen, shining on stage, adored, okay? We have a short term. And we do have Wallflower as well, with passion at the bottom of the deck. There's definitely an energy of someone here that feels special to you this month. Group 2. And I think that you guys actually, with the 7 of Cups and the Beauty Queen, you have a lot of options out there. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely see you being highly sought after, highly admired, people being attracted to you because of your beauty and the radiant energy that you embody. And there is kind of a short-term relationship that's showing up here as well. And maybe for some of you guys, that's where some of the shadow work is coming into play, right? Some of this energy of disempowerment or fear of confrontation. Because it's not that you're not attracting love, because it's right here with this Ace of Cups. But there's something here with this 8 of Swords that I feel like you guys are afraid of addressing. Or there's something here with this Eight of Swords that you guys feel within, that you feel very trapped or stuck, or that you don't have the power to make the change that you wish to see, or to have the conversation that you need to have. Like something is kind of stopping you in your tracks here. And so I think because of that, I see things being more short term. Now, it's possible for some of you guys that you do work up the courage to have this conversation and it causes an ending, right? Because maybe we see that this person that we're dealing with, this opportunity, they're not really aligned with us and our highest good, right? It's like not being afraid to confront the shadow stuff that we feel, whether it's within ourselves or within the other person. And maybe for some of you guys, if you do confront it this month, that's something new for you. You know what I mean? Maybe in the past we would have a tendency to just kind of ignore our intuition and just kind of stay feeling stuck. But this month it's like, no, the shadow attribute is being exposed. And I do kind of feel with this wallflower energy that you guys are kind of in this place with the Eight of Swords where you have an energy or potential to be more reserved and not as forthcoming about how you feel. And I think that's what's being worked through this month. Okay, so let's keep going, group 2. What else, please, Spirit? What's next in love? For group number 2. We have commitment. There's some sort of fear of commitment here, or some sort of something about commitment is the holdup here with this Eight of Swords. We have intimacy, lust, passion, and love. Yeah. And we do have new love. Excitement, someone new is coming in. We do also have this energy of longing, missing you, desire, and connection coming through. So this is like a short-term relationship where I think there's a lot of passion. There's a focus here on physical intimacy, and there is an energy of dating as well. But I think where the hang-up is coming into play is around commitment. And are we both being honest about what we want as it pertains to commitment? It's like we start off the month so strong with this love opportunity, with you guys feeling really good and feeling like really in your power. But then something comes up here where it's awkward and that energy just kind of like it scatters. And I see you guys kind of going into your shell a little bit here after this. So let's see. But there is new love showing up here toward the end of the month. I see it here at the beginning as well. There could be more than one option with that Seven of Cups that you guys are pursuing or exploring this month. Woo! Hold on now. Let's see. Group number 2. We do have commitment. Yeah, that's the issue. There's a commitment issue here. Where somebody isn't like sure that they want commitment or isn't being honest with themselves about whether or not they really want this. We also have soulmates. With abundance. There's a lot of opportunity. I think that's out here for you guys this month. But yeah, you guys, I think like with commitment coming in, like there is something about this that is very significant. And I feel like you guys do have some sort of a fear of commitment coming through. Either it's you having a fear of commitment and wanting to kind of keep things light out of a fear of intimacy, or you having a fear of advocating for the commitment that you want from the other person. So I know that this is like a lot of heavy energy that we're kind of talking about with that shadow archetype group too, but just on a more kind of light, mundane level, I do think that this month is going to be like a really fun month of like dating, exploring maybe 2 different options I'm getting for some of you guys. Someone here at the beginning and someone else coming in at the end. And with the flirt and the beauty queen, I think you're attracting a lot of romantic interest. Like people are very drawn to your beauty and people are very drawn to your aura just in general. So I think for you guys, there is a soulmate here, or it could be more than one soulmate, that's helping you understand yourself, your shadow attributes here on a deeper level around commitment specifically and the depth and intimacy in relationships. Because with this intimacy card, this is lust energy, right? That's like the first key word here. We have that here as well with passion coming through, right? So I think there is the potential to go deeper with one of your 2 options here, but it's just about like, are you going to let yourself go there? Or will the fear end up winning? I do want to point out as well, underneath of the deck, we have the dark male with dating. So this could be like physical traits of one of the people that you're dating. We also have the blonde female here, which it's so funny that the feminine energy is more laid back, right? I know that most of my viewers identify as women, so it just kind of makes me feel like you guys are the ones that kind of want the more casual, lighthearted energy here. So let's kind of take a look and see what self-care Spirit is advising you to focus on this month, and then we'll get one more message of advice to close this out, group 2. Yeah, it's like limited potential. It's like you guys are limiting your potential by not being vulnerable or by being like afraid of something here. I think that whoever is coming in toward the end of the month is the soulmate. Self-care messages for group 2, please, Spirit. We have soak in a bath and aromatherapy. That's so beautiful. So I think aromatherapy with your bath is significant. We also have making your altar. There could be something here connected to your ancestors that provides insight into some of these things that you're working through, group number 2. But the Spirit is wanting you to soak in a bath this month as your self-care. Candle magic could be significant, crystals, aromatherapy. So what advice do we have, Spirit, for group 2 to close us out? We have shining star. You will always stand out above all the rest. I think there's somebody here that you guys want more than the other options here. And I just wonder if this fear of intimacy or vulnerability that I see with this 8 of Swords, I wonder if what it does is it kind of sabotages the one person that you want the commitment from, where like if they're not showing up in a certain way, like instead of confronting it or talking about it or putting it out there, we scatter our energy and say, fine, I'll date someone else. I'll flirt with this person. You know, I kind of want to look. I didn't do this in group 1 because it just didn't come up, but I kind of want to see who. Like, I want to know who is coming toward you in love this month. Help us understand, Spirit, for group 2. Who is the most significant person coming in for group number 2? Because I feel like there's more than one. Who's coming toward my group 2 viewers this month in love, please, Spirit? Libra energy. So this is commitment energy. Okay. We have the year of the horse. Adaptable, loyal, courageous, ambitious, intelligent, energetic, adventurous, and strong. We also have some different times, some years here. We do have Sagittarius here. And karmic energy as well. So that, yeah, there's a soulmate coming through here that's helping you guys to learn more about yourself and some of the shadow work that's needing to be done as it pertains to your love life this month. So it's interesting because I feel like there's this energy of Libra, which is more commitment oriented, whereas Sagittarius wants to be free. And I don't know, it's like, I feel there's an option here at the beginning that like wants the commitment. But then there's like an option over here that might not want it or something. Like there's someone here that wants commitment and there's someone here that doesn't. And I feel like you, my viewer, are really being forced to kind of get clear around like this topic of commitment and how you show up with deepening intimacy in your relationships. So this is what I'm seeing for you, group 2. Comment below and let me know what's been happening, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey group 3, and welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what is happening for you in love in the month of May. Let's go ahead and get started with the overall energies. Starting off, you guys picked the Vow archetype card. We do have the energy of engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And then we also have keeping an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay, group 3. So overwhelmingly, I feel, and these are the overall energies that are kind of the themes of significance throughout the entire month of May. I feel like there is someone that you are committing to this month. The vow is giving me commitment energy, like saying our vows when we get married. Maybe for some of you, you are getting married. For most of you, I don't think that's the case, especially because we have keeping an open mind. It's just kind of making me feel like whoever you guys are committing to, or whoever you are increasing time spent with this month, is someone that you might not typically have chosen. Okay, because they're calling out, Spirit is specifically calling out something that's a little bit different from the norm for you as it pertains to what you are committing to here. So vows can talk about like promises, oaths, contracts. It's like, I think you guys are really setting the intention for something this month. Okay, so let's continue. Spirit for group 3. What is next in love in the month of May for my group 3 viewers? Four of Wands. Okay. Queen of Wands. The Star. Judgment. And we do have a King of Pentacles here at the bottom. So I want to talk about that because this is where I'm seeing kind of these opposites coming into play here. Something different, okay? So we have someone here, the masculine energy, who is this King of Pentacles. This is very grounded earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You can see even in this card, this is like an older gentleman here. Now, I'm not saying that you guys are older or you're dating someone older. It doesn't necessarily have to refer to age in terms of the difference, though it could for some of you. But what I feel like this man's age in this card signifies is more like the maturity, where this person is at in their life, right? The King of Pentacles is somebody who is very grounded, practical, responsible. They want a commitment, right? And so it's interesting that we've got this commitment energy here. And this King of Pentacles is at the helm of the ship, right? He is steering this connection into a particular direction, or steering his life into a particular direction here. And it's so interesting because the feminine energy that stands out in your reading is this Queen of Wands, okay? So the Queen of Wands in this connection is fire energy. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. So it's a lot different from Earth. This is passion. This is inspiration. This is leadership energy. This is attractiveness, right? Doesn't mean our King of Pentacles is not attractive, but the energy is very different. It's creativity. It's fast movement. This is a more stable sort of energy. So it's just really interesting with keeping an open mind and the Judgment card here, because it's making me feel like you, my viewer, are just very different from this King of Pentacles. You know, like you guys might be the type of person, if you are the feminine in this connection, that really likes to be free, you know, that likes to kind of march to the beat of her own drum. Someone who maybe isn't super traditional like this guy is, because you're, you know, if this is you, even just like the way that she's dressed, she's got like her midriff out. Girlfriend is like walking her cows through the hills. Like, I just feel like there's something about you, my viewer, that's a little bit less traditional than this masculine King of Pentacles is. And that could be where things feel a little bit different. But with this Ace of Wands, there's a lot of chemistry and passion here, and the potential for things to really blossom into something new. Okay. It could be as well with this Empress card that maybe one or both of you is a parent or has children. It could be as well, maybe somebody here has an ex-wife that has children. Maybe you guys have children with this person. That could be significant. But let's kind of see. So Four of Wands comes up here. For some of you guys, this can be marriage, right? So we have engagement. We have the Four of Wands. It is possible for some of my group 3 viewers that you are saying vows and getting married this month to someone that you were not expecting, right? Someone that was a little bit different from what you thought you would be settling down with. But for a lot of you guys, this almost feels like going out and having fun with friends. There's also an emphasis on like home, family, neighborhood, celebration, things of that nature. And maybe for some of you, that's kind of where you end up meeting this person. If you're single and this is like a new person, maybe this is where you meet them. I think a lot of you guys too, because it's just kind of interesting that the masculine is kind of at the bottom of the deck as like the undertone here. It's just kind of making me feel like, again, you guys don't really center this person in your life. Not that they're not there, but you're more focused on yourself and your relationships and your friends, right? It kind of speaks to the non-traditional energy that I'm getting from you guys, group 3. But the star is a beautiful energy because this shows like optimism and hope and positivity and renewal as it pertains to love. Maybe some of you guys have been like manifesting this person or doing some sort of like rituals, spiritual practices to call this type of love into your life. And now that it's finally here, now that it's more prominent in your life this month, there is this judgment call, right? I think especially with you and this person being so different, the question with judgment is, does this person fit into my lifestyle? Do I fit into theirs? How do we fit into each other's? Because this is very much a life review where we're taking something to the next level of commitment and asking ourselves, how do we fit in? How do we revive what our life looks like to include this new person or to include the other person? Okay, so let's continue, group 3. Tell us a little bit more, please, Spirit, about what is next in love for group 3 in the month of May. We do have short term. Okay. Maybe you guys meet this person like at a festival or something. We have mature woman. Okay. And we do have passion coming through as well. Yeah, this young female, this is like music and fashion. I feel like that's you with this Queen of Wands. Like, I feel like you guys might connect with this person out in like at a festival or some sort of party. Something where you really stand out, where like maybe this person isn't really the focus or dating isn't really the focus, but you end up meeting them there if they are a new person. This is kind of talking about a short-term connection being here, but what I kind of feel for a lot of you guys, it's like it's ever present throughout the month with passion being here, chemistry. I'm drawn to where it says time. Like maybe if this is a new person that you start dating, maybe there's like an element of like there's not a lot of time. It could be for some of you that maybe you try this person, you commit to this person, and it is more short term. Like it ends up just being like a fling or something quick. But it's hard to say right now because this guy that's over here is a very stable person that wants commitment. So if it does end up being more short term, I don't know if I see it necessarily being because of the masculine. Let's see. Also, this mature woman is a socialite, a connector. You guys could meet this person through a friend, potentially. So group 3. What else can you tell us about love this month for group 3, please, Spirit? So we do have change. Big changes are coming. Trust the process. Wow. We also have deception, lies, wearing a mask, and secrets. Okay. We also have unconditional love. We do have lessons, which says self-development and self-growth. We do also have jealousy energy, watching, and the green-eyed monster. Interesting. Somebody here is a little like, I think this masculine might be that because I feel like you guys are very attractive and you're also not centering them, right? Like where I see this energy being someone that wants like more of this commitment and wants to kind of lock things down. You, my viewer, I think are someone who's showing up as more free-spirited, okay? Like I think you're the one that needs convincing that this is the right fit for long-term versus them. Okay, so there is some sort of a lesson that you guys are learning this month around this connection. Maybe about keeping an open mind. Maybe it's about commitment, right? But there's also a message here of deception. So I'm not 100% sure what that's about. Because I don't really see a lot of indication of anything negative in your tarot like that. Maybe this is something that's just being kept a little bit secret, or maybe there is just more to be revealed, you know? So let's see, group 3. What else? We have the sacred woman. So this is like about boundaries, you guys, and honoring your boundaries and standing in your power and your value. We also have creativity. So there's that energy of like keeping an open mind and trying new things. Maybe for some of you, this could have to do with like sexual stuff too, with passion. Like maybe there's an energy of trying new things in the bedroom or being open to like different, I mean, even when I'm looking at this is giving like very 50 Shades of Grey energy. So that could be part of what's going on here as well. It definitely feels that you guys are committing to someone, but there is an element here with the sacred woman of maintaining boundaries and standards. I want to read about this to you because I think it will be more impactful, the message from this guidebook that kind of talks about this card, okay? All right, so actually, they look kind of similar-ish to me. This says, the Native American Indian legend of white buffalo calf woman is closely connected to the concept of the divine feminine. Although it is more extreme than real life, her story does send an important message. In the legend, white buffalo calf woman annihilates a man who thinks he can simply embrace her and claim her like a piece of property. The man who senses her divinity and wild power is spared, and is spared the same fate because she can see that even though he holds his bow and arrow up to her in fear, he respects her power. That's already giving me such an interesting message with this King of Pentacles and this jealousy energy, you guys. I just kind of keep feeling like whoever this is that you are connecting and trying out this month, that they are very possessive, or they, because you're so beautiful and attractive and radiant, they're insecure about that. Okay, let's continue. On returning to his tribe, the surviving warrior does as she requested and organizes a feast to celebrate her impending arrival. That's interesting. In return, she teaches the tribe sacred rituals and bestows important forms of abundance upon them. When white buffalo calf woman brings an important reminder to us today about the potentially destructive forces that are available when the feminine is treated as trivial. In modern life, this applies to both men and women, meaning that women must be prepared to value themselves and act upon this if they want to be respected by their male counterparts. White buffalo calf woman did not play games, make idle threats, or pretend to be something she was not. She did not compromise herself or her integrity for mere physical security or a life that was less than fulfilling. And by annihilating the disrespectful warrior, she made it clear to all others that her power was not to be doubted. In modern life, this is played out in a way a woman treats herself and allows herself to be treated. When a woman truly respects herself and acts upon her feelings, men will naturally respect her or leave her alone. When you call white buffalo calf woman into your life, she will help you do away with self-sabotaging behavior and help you to have the courage to do what you know you need to do. This is beautiful energy, you guys. And that is honestly exactly what I see. I think that you guys are very empowered. I think that you do know your value and your worth here. And if there's anything that is revealed about this masculine that you're committing to this month, that you're connecting to, it's going to come to the light. And there's a self-development exercise here around acting the way that you wish to be treated. So with that short term, yes, it could mean that this ends up being a more short-lived dating experience. But there's a powerful lesson that's coming out of it for you. But a part of me just really feels like it's still too soon to tell if it's going to be short term or not. I was really drawn to the word time here, which is making me feel like there is more time that is needed for things to work themselves out here. Let's kind of take a look here to see who this person is. And then we're going to close it out with some advice for you guys and a self-care message. So who's coming towards group 3? Please, Spirit, who's coming towards group number 3? Who is this love interest that they are engaging with this month? Okay. We have the year of the pig. Honorable, philanthropic, determined, optimistic, sincere, generous, and sociable. What else, please, Spirit? Friend, acquaintance, or coworker. Yeah, I feel like that Four of Wands, there's like a connection to friends here. King of Pentacles could be like a boss or something too, or a coworker. We also have the Year of the Dragon. Lucky, flexible, eccentric, imaginative, artistic, spiritual, enthusiastic, and charismatic. But look at this, guys. We do also have short term here. So I do think that this will end up maybe being a little bit more short-lived, but there's some sort of lesson here for you as you kind of work through this energy with this person. And maybe it ends this month, or maybe it goes on for a couple months, but I kind of see you guys coming out on top either way, to be honest. So let's see, group 3. Self-care messages, please, Spirit, for group number 3. What do we need group 3 to focus on, Spirit, with regard to their self-care energy this month? Burning bowl ritual. So this is beautiful. This says to let go. So there's some sort of energy of releasing and letting things go this month. That is a really powerful self-care practice. Maybe it has to do with this person. Maybe it's something else. Let's see. What else, please, Spirit? We have Huntress. I know what I want and I'm no longer afraid to get it. That kind of speaks to the message of the sacred woman that we were learning about today, group 3, because the sacred woman, the story, what I really took away from this was like, she was not afraid to just act how she deserved to be treated. And like what really stood out to me about that story was when you act within your values, the right people will be attracted to you and the wrong people will leave you alone, right? And so I think that's what this Huntress energy is talking about with the Queen of Wands. Like I just kind of see you guys really being in your power, being very clear about what it is that you want, how you wish to be treated, and not being afraid to act that way, to act accordingly to that. So this looks like a very, very interesting month ahead. You guys definitely have some powerful action happening with someone here. So comment below group 3 and tell me what is going on. And I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye.